Hi, I'm Diane Kucala, and I'm the Chief Leadership Officer at Blueprint Leadership. Last week, I introduced a tool that we use at Blueprint Leadership to help people learn how to connect with others more quickly so that you can influence the conversation and ultimately get the results that you need. Today, I want to dive just a little bit deeper into this concept, but if you missed last week's conversation, I invite you to go back and listen to that so you get caught up. Right, so we talked about the tool DISC, it's D, I, S, and C, and each one of those elements represents a preference that people have for how you communicate. And people are typically a combination of all four of these elements, but one will stand out. And so I want to review with you, how would you approach someone with each one of these preferences of communication so that you can connect, influence, and get results. So let's start with the D. As we discussed last week, the D is a person who stands for dominance, and it's a person who likes to move quickly, is task-oriented, and really is just focused on what do we need to do to get this done. The I stands for influence. This is a person who is concerned about people and relationships. They are also fast-paced, and they are looking for opportunities to make a difference in terms of just really optimistically brainstorming and innovative for new ideas. The S stands for steadiness. This is a person who is relationally oriented. They are looking to develop a plan, and they want to know the logical steps that it will take in order for them to implement that plan before they rush into the implementation process. The C stands for conscientiousness, and this is a person who's also task-oriented. They're a little bit slower in pace because they're looking for accuracy. They have very high standards, and they want to make sure that things are done with excellence. So now let's go back and look at each one of those preferences and how do you approach a person with one of those preferences so that you can create the greatest degree of connection with them in order to influence and get the results that you need for your organization. So with a D, if you're walking into the office of a person who has a preference for dominance, you want to make sure that you go in with some concrete bullet points of what you want to talk about, what's the outcome you want to achieve. Move quickly, make sure that you give them an opportunity to weigh in on the decision. So typically what I'll do is go in with, here's the big picture, here's what I'm trying to accomplish, this is what you need to know, and here's the options that I've thought about and would like to recommend for you. Right? With an I, the I is optimistic, and they just love to brainstorm and create new things and dream. And so when you walk into the office of an I, you want to have an enthusiasm, a optimistic attitude, and you walk in with giving them an opportunity to communicate their thoughts and brainstorm with you, connect with you, take ideas and massage them together so that you come up with something innovative and cool and something that's going to create a great experience for the world. You're walking into the office of an S, they're a little slower paced. They're relational. So you want to walk into that office and be mindful of what's happening in their life, what's going on for them, how's their family, what's going on at work. Open the conversation with a lot more relational opportunity to connect and slow the pace down a little bit. And then you want to provide them with the big plan and talk them through the steps that you are going to take in order to implement that plan, and ask them what you're missing and give them an opportunity to weigh in. Give them an opportunity to think through what you're talking about. And sometimes that means having a meeting the following day so they can think about it overnight and come back the next day to talk about all of the steps that need to take place in order for the task to be implemented. And then with the C, the conscientious person, you want to be really concerned about slowing the pace down enough to give them an opportunity to ask questions, to make sure that they have the details that they need in order for them to feel comfortable, that they have clear understanding of expectations, the data that they need in order to make a good decision, and enough of the process steps to understand who needs to do what when, so that they're satisfied they can meet the standard that's being requested of them. And so, as you can see, each one of these 4 different steps or preferences are very different. And the more that we can learn how to adapt our style, tweak how we approach people, the more likely it is that we're going to open up the opportunity for conversation in a way that connects us, so that there's less fear and more rapport that's being built. And when that happens, then we establish a connection that leads to influence, that leads to the ability to make impact in the world. So I'm going to drop a link so that you can take a look at this in a little bit more detail and have a hand up to walk away with, to help you in your conversations this week. And just identify what kind of person are you dealing with, and then how do you need to adapt your style just a little bit in order for you to be able to connect with that person and then move forward in influence and impact for results. Good luck.